I'm just coasting. You can drop me off at the ocean. So in style, anything I'm in, then I'm going. Train like my rain won't end. I don't break, I won't bend. Sounding like he's down when he goes in. And even gotta take him down, they got no chin.
So it's Nathan Mendelsohn back here again with T-Lope for another technique of the week for you guys, okay? Today we're gonna switch gears a little bit and work on a defense to the over-under pass. Okay, I've seen some people getting stuck with this, and I've got basically 3 really good options, okay, to defend that position that work really well for me. So we're gonna start with number 1 today. Again, the next week we'll do the other 2, okay? So these work really good, okay? Pay attention, they're nice and simple, but they work really good to defend the double underpass, okay? So if you guys enjoy this content, please subscribe, hit like, again, drop a comment with what you like about it or don't like about it, or questions that you guys have, okay? Please, really appreciate the engagement in the comment section too, okay? So thanks a lot. You guys keep tuning in each week for a new technique.
They got no chin. Well, I guess we ain't bros then. You know when I'm flowing, I be so in the zone. I see them haters looking salty and I'm treating them like I don't even know them. Ain't got time for no men. Oh yes man, all I got is old friends. Circle getting smaller when it closing. They said that I was a poser, I guess I showed them. I'm just posing like me.
Right, guys, so today we're gonna start from when the guy's already basically all the way into my into the over under pass. Okay, if I let him get like super far in and he's like this and my hips are basically dead on the mat, now it's going to be really hard to do anything. Okay, but before he gets 100% of the way in there as he's coming in, I'm just going to right away be blocking here. Okay, and I'm also going to come down and mark his hand with my hand. Okay, and I'm going to try my best to stay up onto my side here facing him. He's going to want to flatten me out, right, and so he can come in and smash. So I'm going to give him a little resistance here, stay up on my side. Okay, as I'm doing this, I'm going to use my forearm here to push his head. Okay, anytime the guy's smashing me, I'm a big fan of using my forearm on his neck and his face to get the pressure off. Okay, that's always going to be the weak point. The guy's going to be pushed into, if you're pushing on his shoulder, okay, or anywhere else, the guy can push into that really hard. The part that you're going to be able to find a little bit of weakness in his pressure is always going to be here on his head and his neck. When you start to tweak the guy's neck, you're always going to be able to get a reaction out of basically the rest of his body, because his body has to follow his neck there, okay? So I'm going to push him here. Once I push him, I'm going to look right away to pass this leg in front of his head, okay? Once I pass this leg in front of his head, I'm in a lot better position, okay? But the only problem here is if I just pass it and just hang out here, he can just turn the side and pass me to the other side. Okay, so as soon as I pass it here, I'm going to feel him starting to come and want to bring that pressure. I'm going to use this leg, kick his head down that direction. Okay, now this opens up this whole arm here. Okay, easy now. I'm going to reach in and look for this Kimura. Okay, as soon as I lock in this Kimura, what I'm going to look to do is get my butt up off of the ground. Because if I stay flat on my hips here, then one thing that Travis can do easily to defend is just like sit straight up maybe. Okay, and now all of a sudden I'm here. I'm not really in that great of a position for the Kimura. If he lets go and pushes on my hip and just sits straight up, he'll just pull it out, good, and just yanks it out on me. Okay, so he might also come around passing my guard or whatever. So when I lock it in, I'm not going to stay on the ground here with my hips. Right away, I'm going to get up onto my shoulder, okay, and lift my butt up off of the ground. Okay, now try to sit up or do whatever, Travis. Now I'm just latched onto his arm. He can sit up now and do whatever. He's not going to be able to get that hand on my hip. He's not going to be able to yank it out. Okay, now I'm just latched up onto his arm. Okay, here really tight. Now he's probably going to be holding his hands and digging them in and trying to make it really hard for me to get this arm out. So what am I going to do to get it out? I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to step on his hip. Okay. Also, this is going to stop him from like coming toward me and putting a ton of pressure on me and maybe walking this direction and trying to pass my guard this way. Okay. I get this foot here. Now he can try to come toward me. Okay. There's no more coming towards me anymore. Okay. Now I have a lot of pressure as well here to push and extend with my whole body to pull this arm out. Okay. Now I'm pulling the arm out. Once I've got it starting to come out here, I'm just going to yank the Kimura. So when I'm up on my shoulders here, I'm going to fall my butt back to the ground and I'm going to yank the Kimura this way. Sometimes you'll get the guy to tap out of being scared here, but really there's not much of a reason for him to tap here because he's always free to roll. Okay, so when I throw him, he's going to roll. Okay, when he rolls here, I end up in an awesome armbar position. the way that Travis is holding his hands here, I ended up with my leg underneath his arm, okay? Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I end up with my leg like right around his head, okay? But it doesn't matter though. If I end up here, all I'm gonna do is sit up and yank that leg out and get it up to where I want it to be, okay? Even if he's still holding his hand, okay? I flipped him over and I'm into this nice tight armbar position here, okay? For you guys that have watched the armbar, okay, we know what to do from here, okay? I'm gonna flip the guy over. I got him in this super good armbar. I'm gonna reach through now, okay? Hug to my own hip, hug to the leg, okay? And then you guys can go back into the previous videos here to see all the ways that I can put a lot of pressure on his arm here and eventually pop this hand free, bring that wrist to my chest, elbows in tight, and lean back there for the finish. All right, this one works super good for me, especially when you know the guy's coming in there. Okay, he's gonna come in and dive his head in for that over-under pass. You just block, pass the leg. Before you know it, you're digging out that Kimura. It's one of those positions that is really good, and when you pull the trigger on it in training or in sparring, and you just say, I'm gonna explode into this motion, and I know it's gonna work, you'll find yourself punishing people a lot. You'll find your training partners thinking twice about even trying to dive in there for that over-under pass on you in the future. Okay? There's certain types of situations in jiu-jitsu where you really have to explode. If you let the guy get in there and lock you into that over-under position, he's just going to give you a slow burn until the rest of the match is over and try to pass your guard, and you're going to be stuck in a really crummy position. So it's one of those positions that you want to get loaded into your gun of techniques, and when it's time to go, pull the trigger on it. Okay, sometimes you feel tired, sometimes you don't feel like it, but you just got to go a really hard explosion, push, kick that leg, get your butt up, dig out that Kimura, okay, and it can make a huge difference for you in a match between you getting smothered and all of a sudden you pulling out a Kimura on the guy. And the guy's going to feel strong there in that position, but when you step on his hip and just go really hard and start yanking that arm out and pull it out, okay, you'll notice that it'll really work for you really well, especially if you go for it explosively. Okay, so hopefully you guys are enjoying the content here. If you're watching this video all the way to the end, please do me a huge favor and drop a comment and let me know what you think in the comment section. Okay, that helps me out a lot. Okay, and also I can get to your guys' questions. Okay, also please subscribe, like, okay, and keep paying attention here on my channel, because I'll be dropping a new technique every week for you guys every Wednesday. Next week we're going to work on some more options from this same situation. All right, thanks a lot guys, stay tuned.